Most tourists think these festivals are going to feel chaotic, uncomfortable, maybe even inappropriate. But the real surprise, after a few minutes, almost nobody notices the nudity anymore. Thousands of people gather here every year, laughing, talking, painting bodies, acting completely normal. So why does this experience confuse first-time visitors so much? And what happens when the social rules you grew up believing suddenly disappear in front of you? The initial jolt is a physical thing, a sudden tightening in his chest, a reflexive step backward. That first moment of contact is loud, a quick, silent shock that ripples through the newcomer. Some people turn to look at his frozen posture. A few smile with understanding and then move on. Others stare for a moment, holding their breath, perhaps recalling their own first time. We watch the visitor as soft ambient music begins to play under the scene. The music amplifies the internal drama, making the shock feel bigger, more profound. The field is a sea of bodies. Paint runs in slow, deliberate lines over skin. The high sun makes the vibrant colors glow. Nearby, a local woman is deep in conversation with a friend. She wears no shirt, only a complex pattern of blue and silver paint across her chest and shoulders. She laughs and casually wipes a stray dab of blue paint from the tip of her nose. Her voice is calm and quiet. Her movements are relaxed and easy. For her, this scene is utterly ordinary. For the people who call this place home, the festival is not a spectacle. It is a tradition. It is a stage for small, familiar rituals that repeat year after year. We watch as people gently paint one another. They share brushes without a second thought. Their laughter mixes with the soft, rhythmic beat of distant drums. Children, painted with simple stars and swirls, run freely in the tall grass at a safe distance. Musicians sit on blankets, instruments on their laps, playing soft, hypnotic melodies, noisy with life, tender with quiet intimacy. It is a world unto itself. An older man with kind, crinkled eyes paints a young woman's shoulder. A fine brush traces a delicate white line along her collarbone. Her eyes closed, expression serene. She breathes out slowly, a soft sigh of contentment, an act of trust and artistry, free of the newcomer's tension. Small interactions weave this community's normal, built over generations, not a conscious choice each year, but a cultural inheritance. Grandparents tell stories of the first festivals, celebrating the human form, celebrating the beauty of nature. Parents bring their children, teaching by example, that bodies come in all shapes and sizes, and that art can be a form of connection. Locals do not see nudity, they see neighbors, friends, family, a community coming together under the sun. Why is this so jarring for an outsider? Tourists arrive carrying more than just their backpacks, cameras. They arrive carrying a lifetime of stories. They come from cities, towns where skin in public is private. In their worlds, clothes mean order. Fabric is a kind of unwritten rule, a boundary that keeps the social world predictable and safe. A tourist clutches his camera, taking quick, furtive photos before stepping back into the perceived safety of the crowd's edge. He glances down at his phone, a lifeline to his familiar world. He checks to see where his partner is. His hands might be shaking, just slightly. He is actively looking for signs, for rules, for a clear line that marks what he should or should not do. The first and most fundamental rule we learn is this: what we see often, we come to see as normal. The second rule, what we're taught as children can feel like an unbreakable law. We see certain bodies and certain parts consistently covered. Some closeness is reserved for private spaces. We build a complex map inside our heads. That internal map guides our eyes, telling us where to look and what to feel when we look. At this festival, those maps are radically different. The locals' map says, bodies are a natural part of the day. Paint makes them beautiful canvases for art and expression. The tourists' map says, bodies in public are private property. Clothes maintain order and decency. When these maps collide in the bright sunlight, the tourist feels lost. Their internal compass spins. Their chest tightens. They instinctively step back, seeking the edge of the map. We stop to listen to a tourist speak, his voice low and hesitant.
I felt rude. I felt like I was doing something wrong just by looking. My mind wanted to look away, but my eyes wanted to see.
A psychologist could explain this phenomenon with simple, accessible words. We are creatures of habit who learn rules to navigate our environments. These rules, both spoken and unspoken, shape our comfort zones. We feel safe when expectations match. We feel alarm, anxiety, even fear when they do not. These rules aren't grand principles. They're small, strong, deeply ingrained, living in our quick, unconscious muscle memory. That is why the tourist freezes, looking away before he can think. But not all change comes from breaking or following rules. Gentle habits, small kindnesses, begin to shift the internal map. A local woman, her back a swirling galaxy of purple and gold, notices a guest looking overwhelmed. She approaches, holding 2 glasses of water.
She offers one, their hands almost touching. She smiles and says, "Take your time. It's a lot to take in."
That simple kindness changes the dynamic. His breath slows. He stays a moment longer than he planned. Scene 1. A tourist looks away, then curiosity wins. And they look again with a little less judgment. Scene 2. A local laughs about a smudge, breaking the tension. Scene 3. A painted hand touches another, a pat on the shoulder that says, "I see you." Repeated all day, these tiny gestures form a bridge between worlds. The paint itself tells a story. It is not just a covering, it is a form of communication. It both hides and reveals at the same time. A green swirl climbs like a living vine. A bold red stripe over the heart feels like a visible heartbeat, a declaration of life. Skin becomes a dynamic landscape of expression. People point and smile, gathering to watch a masterpiece unfold on a human canvas. Meanings are shared gently. A blue line might mean friendship to one person, the memory of the ocean to another. There is no right or wrong. The paint invites us to look, to wonder, and to connect, giving the eyes a safe place to land. Instead of a naked body, the tourist can look at a work of art. This subtle shift becomes a new lens for the entire field. Some remain tense, whispering about rules and decency, worrying about photos ending up in the wrong places. They think of children and the wrong kind of gaze. These worries are not misplaced, but context matters. Here, mutual respect is the unspoken rule. Painted skin is proudly displayed as art, not as shock.
One visitor admits guilt for his curiosity. "I worried they'd think I was a creep." A local replies gently, "We do not judge like that here. We just see people." The answer is not a lecture, it's reassurance. He exhales and nods.
A surprising idea emerges around the middle of the day, as the sun reaches its highest point. Maybe the discomfort isn't about nudity at all. Maybe it is about conditioning, the autopilot that keeps us safe in known places. New places that break deep rules, trigger adrenaline and fight or flight. And only then does the mind catch up. The festival teaches quietly. New pictures, new sounds, new feelings. A temporary set of rules within this sun-drenched field. The rules are simple: respect, creativity, laughter, and sharing. Not posted on signs, but demonstrated in thousands of small actions. A tourist child sees bright shapes and dazzling colors, a peacock's back, and beams. The moment is simple, soft, and safe. Fear and shame are learned, not innate. The last scene is quiet and reflective. The sun hangs low, the golden hour deepens the colors. The once dense crowd begins to scatter, voices soft and tired. We pause on a familiar face. The visitor who froze. Now he smiles, almost imperceptibly. He does not understand everything. He is not a convert. He is simply softer than this morning. He says nothing, just watches the last rays catch the paint. He is no longer just a spectator. He walks toward the road, a small scrap of blue paint on his wrist, a transfer from a handshake, a shared glass of water. He studies it like a new mark on an old map, touches the dry, chalky texture. He keeps walking. The smudge stays. Maybe the discomfort is not about nudity. Maybe it is about conditioning, the internal maps made long ago by parents, teachers, and societies we barely remember. And maybe, for a single sun-drenched day, a field full of paint and laughter can redraw a small but important part of one of those maps. The festival does not force change. It opens a quiet door and invites you to look through.